Greetings, everybody. Good morning. Welcome to this session, this Soapbox Creative Club session, where we're looking to be reviewing innovative creative outcomes of the season. I've got a presentation which I'm going to share with everybody. I'm just trying to share my screen, so just bear with me 2 seconds. All right, this session is about reviewing, obviously, innovative creative outcomes of the season, looking at some of the creative work that has been done during this pandemic, COVID-19 season. Right. My name is Uzo Okoye. For those of you that don't know me, I'm the CEO and Chief Creative Officer of Etuodi Communications. Etuodi is full service marketing communications group, which incorporates traditional or heritage advertising, TV, radio, print. We have a digital marketing agency, experiential. So we're trying to cover the breadth of communication. In this review, what I wanted to do, this session has been going on from yesterday. We will review some of the work that I think is innovative or creative, but I didn't just want to review the material. I wanted to spend some time to discuss my thoughts about how the industry is shaping up. As well as to leave something useful that, I've got a couple of tools that I'd like to discuss that we can use to improve our own creative output, if you indulge me as we go, right? So I believe that for us to do better as, the profession advertising agency, we need to look at bringing value to the clients. Everybody is struggling throughout this period. Even before then, the industry, certain parts were declining, certain parts, it's a transition period. We have challenges such as a lot of our clients are in-housing is the terminology, creating, in-house agencies. The perception being that it's better value than paying an external agency. You've got challenges with cost of production. Nobody is spending the kind of budgets on big budgets like TV productions that there were 5 years ago. I believe that technology, the future lies in technology, and we need to be able to understand and utilize those technology and platforms for us to grow and to develop. Of course, everything is hinged on creativity. That is what we sell, after all. So we will go into that a little deeper as we go, but I've just selection of some of the current advertising that I think works, okay, during this period. There's been a lot of discussion about the creativity, whether the word that's coming out is creative or not. You'll see, and in fact, a lot of similarities between some of the creative. My view is that was what was needed at the time. The time of uncertainty and time of anxiety, we all needed to kind of come together. So, you'll see a lot of humanity in a lot of the stories. You'll see, compassion. But, I'm going to say in 10 years' time, are we going to be looking back and saying that this was the most creative period? Jury is still out. But this is the first one, is by Uber. All right, I'm just going to play it for you. Okay. Great. The obligatory classical music in the background, a lot of user-generated imagery showing people in lockdown. But obviously this is one by Uber saying, thank you for not riding Uber, stay at home, which I thought that was a nice thing to do. Have another one. This is by Budweiser.
This Bud's for the Blues, the Reds, and the Warriors. This Bud's for the Magic, the Athletics, the Giants, and the Jazz. This Bud's for the Trailblazers, the Braves, the Yankees, and the Angels. This Bud's for the home team.
This season we are all one team. You see, like this is about Budweiser using their investment in sports, giving it to the Red Cross, you know, during the COVID-19 crisis. So as you know, obviously it's just gone through some of the football teams, you know,
Magic,
the Braves, the Magic, the Athletics, all football teams.
the Giants.
So I thought that was a nice nice way of bringing people together through sport. Okay, this one.
Everyone is subject to this virus.
Now, one of London's most iconic theatres is under threat.
Broadway shows have been suspended. They've suspended all performances through April.
All right, I won't play this through the end. This one is about, obviously during the period, the obligatory classical music, you know, very samey. These acts are very samey in execution. What I liked about this one was like for a theater, obviously like, you know, theaters, cinemas closed down, lost a lot of revenue. This one is about a particular show that was disrupted, Romeo and Juliet. So what they did was each of the actors created a Facebook, you know, Instagram, a persona, right? And they actually reenacted the play by conversations through the, you know, on social media. Which I thought was like a lovely way to use the social media platforms. So each of them having a discussion backwards and forwards, reenacting the play. So by reading through the timeline, scrolling through the timeline on Instagram, you actually got a sense of the play that was happening. I thought that was like a nice use of social media and the platform. Okay. The other ones that I liked, after a while, I think people, you know, it was very necessary at the time, but then you started seeing like brands that were being a little bit more irreverent, using humor, you know, which I think is going to be something that we all crave.
And order in. Do your part, and we'll do ours. Order through the Burger King app, and the delivery fees are on us. So staying home doesn't just make us all safer, it makes you a couch potatriot. And to help healthcare heroes, we are donating Whopper sandwiches to nurses. And we are also proudly supporting the American Nurses Foundation. Stay home of the Whopper.
Okay. The Couch Patriot. I thought that was like a nice copy.
Your country needs.
Okay. Everybody remembers the Bud WhatsApp ad. I thought that this was using the same ad, but just tailoring it for the current times.
Hello?
Yo, what's up?
Nothing, B. In quarantine, having a bud. What's up with you?
Nothing. Quarantining, having a bud. True.
What's up?
Yo, what's that?
Yo! You pick up the phone! Hello?
What's that?
Yo! Where's Dookie?
Yo, Duke. Yo.
What's that?
So you okay, B?
I'm good, B. Just quarantining, having a bud. Thanks for checking in.
Yep, check on your bud. I mean, nice COVID message using like a classic advert with some clever lip syncing. I thought that's just quite cool. Okay, there's also a couple of print ads that I selected as well. Obviously, the classic image of the coronavirus. One of the downsides of everybody being at home is there was a spike in domestic violence. This is one from Romania, just highlighting the challenge. Okay, all about staying at home. I like this one by Jeep. Classic ad that they've been using. Obviously, their brand property, the grille of the Jeep, has become very iconic. They use it consistently. And this one, obviously, they've adapted it for the time. Stay at home. Instead of it's time to explore the great outdoors, which is normally the payoff, they have used the indoors. And there's a couple of other executions of that also. I like this one by Pizza Hut. Obviously, being a little interactive, using the pizza box, finding innovative ways to use the pizza boxes whilst at home. Find on social media how to transform your pizza box into fun board games, which I thought was pretty cool. But yeah, obviously one of the ones that has stood out for me, very classic McDonald's social distancing, very simple execution, just social distancing the arches, which I think is one of the most iconic uses, one of the most iconic expressions of social distancing. Okay. I also liked this one by Burger King, the social distancing Whopper. Everybody knows onion breath. So they created this burger.
Social distancing Whopper. Il Whopper con tripla cipolla che aiuta gli altri a starti lontano. Solo da Burger King. Okay, so that was Burger King, obviously social distancing packet with onions to keep people and vampires away. Okay, there we go. All right, so I'm gonna stop sharing the screen.
All right, that's the creative. I just wanted to spend a little bit of time discussing one or two things about how the industry has changed. We are in a situation, obviously, working from home is a thing, right? WFH is a thing. How do we make the most of it? How do we continue to be more productive, to be creative, but particularly to build social capital? We're in a situation where, you know, I'm saying we coming out of the social distancing and the lockdown to some degree, but we will, you know, there's no question that the whole thing about working from home will continue. People have seen that they are more productive, or at least as productive as they were. They don't need to be able to traversing Third Mainland Bridge. There's no, you know, meeting that is so important that it cannot be held virtually, except maybe signing contracts. But even in this period, I've signed contracts, sent stuff across virtually. So yeah, the whole idea of meeting physically certainly has changed. But working from home, there are challenges from working from home. Obviously, one of the things for me is how to build social capital. How do you continue to build an agency culture when people are not physically present? I think is a challenge. I think we're even like, say this period where we're recruiting. Interviews are being done virtually, but you know, there's something about meeting physically and being able to imbibe some of the culture from your peers that is missing, that we're trying to address and find ways of exploring it, right? Going forward, I think agencies have to understand content. It's a cliche, content is king, but as an agency, you know, there's so much user-generated content nowadays. Brands that understand and know how to use it are you know, seeing, you know, better value to some degree in using influencers or generating content than would typically sending budgets to an ad agency. So I feel that, like, we need to be able to understand that content and to be able to generate content, to be able to do good content, to be able to cash in and utilize that platform. Is growing at exponentially, right? One of the people that I feel that understands it is Basketmouth. He obviously, I don't know if anyone caught any of the Lions Live that was just you know, say the Cannes Lion. The physical show was cancelled due to the COVID, but they had a fantastic online expression where they got like lots of people to speak on various topics, you know, pending the next session next year. But one of the people that they interviewed was Basketmouth. Very short but an insightful interview where he discusses, you know, what he's been doing with regards to some of the shows that he's created, and you know, some of the content that he's also creating on Instagram and social media. Inspirational quotes is one of them.
Hi guys, so today's inspirational quote is about your attitude. If you have the right attitude that the day is going to be a great day, it's usually a great day. So all you need to do is to approach life with the right attitude, and the day is going to be a great day. At last I can actually do my inspirational quote in peace.
You don't go ever buy peace. You don't go. I don't go let you see people. So you think you have gotten rid of me. The truth will never be eaten alive. Are you hearing me? What do you say they talk for here now?
Guy, no, what
do they talk now?
I said if you approach life with the right attitude, everything around you will be.
I beg consider me. That's what I think they see people. What is the right attitude get to do with life? No, answer me, Mr. Right Attitude Man. So this 2020 now, everybody, and I will not allow you 5 people. Okay,
I'll just skip through because of time.
For that quote, I said, approach life.
You see they talk. You see they talk. I see not approach any life with any attitude. Attitude will mess you up. Attitude will deceive you.
Inspirational quotes brought to you by Barron's World and Zing Network.
Okay, so fantastic, interesting take on the whole inspirational quotes genre of social media. Using animation, obviously, also great during this period when we're not able to meet physically, do productions, do video productions, but animation obviously allows you to express and tell your story without video. And obviously he's even getting a lot of sponsorship creating some of this content as well. So yeah, I mean, we need to to learn from some of those skills to be able to generate content. I feel the technology is the future. Understanding technology is necessary to be able to keep relevant going forward. I did a webinar yesterday in which we were talking about like over the top, broadcast, linear broadcast, traditional broadcast is dying. Everybody wants to watch video on demand, wants to watch Netflix to stream. So understanding advertising, understanding in that environment is very important. We need to, gaming is something that is like, is growing exponentially. It's rising pretty fast. And everybody plays games, everybody loves to play games just to be entertained. You've got like multiplayer games like, Minecraft, Fortnite, Animal Crossing. We had a pitch very recently. We did well. We had a proposal for launching the product. It's a tech product within the gaming environment, which they love and is very innovative. Something that a lot of brands are doing. Obviously, you want to launch. You can't launch physically. So you're looking for innovative platforms and places where people gather to be able to release products and things like that. USSD, a very old technology, but still has a lot of scope, particularly in Nigeria, where we still have a large proportion of the populace with feature phones and not smartphones. Voice, Alexa, Siri, etc. Understanding those technologies, because as input device, that like within a couple of years, 70% of all internet traffic is going to be initiated through voice. So very important to be able to understand that. You've got augmented reality, virtual reality. Obviously experiences are, physical experiences are challenged at the moment. But those technologies, those virtual experiences have a lot of potential for brands. So we need to be able to utilize and understand that. What we're trialing at the moment is every project, every pitch, we bring in technology, people that understand some of the technology into the room early on, so that some of this technology is embedded into the creative and the outcomes and the solutions that we're proffering. Okay, I've got two tools I also wanted to discuss with people as well, which I feel will help in doing innovative and creative work. I've always been a big proponent of creative effectiveness. We sell creativity, but your client buys effectiveness. Nobody wants to do creative that is not effective. So it's a very important aspect of it, particularly in these days when your client is looking for value. What better value is there than to be able to demonstrate that your creative is effective and is going to do what it says? So this paper, this like research was done as part of Cannes Lions. Actually, it's like commissioned by Cannes and Walk, consultancy, research consulting, working within our industry, where they looked at past Creative Effectiveness Awards at Cannes. Right? If there's an award that I would love to win, that has to be the Creative Effectiveness Award. You have to win a lion first off, and then you have like a couple of years where you have to track the results of your campaign to prove that it is effective. So what they've done is they've gone back years of like, effectiveness awards, brands that have won awards and have also tracked the effectiveness, the sales, the bottom line of the effect of their work, right, on the brand. And they've come up with a terminology called creative effectiveness. Not creative effectiveness, creative commitment, where a brand's commitment to the creative, like when the budget, the duration, the number of media channels that they commit to has a great impact on the effectiveness of that work going forward. I think it's a nice way. I mean, it's something that we've all known intuitively. Have great creative, commit to it. See, the number of channels helps. The bigger your budget helps to make sure that it is put in front of the right people at the right time. It goes through creative commitment over the years. Their feeling is that it has, creative commitment has been declining, right? A lot of people have been looking for shorter term gains rather than trying to build brands. Building a brand is a long-term thing, right? You have to commit to certain creative and consistently communicate that value, that essence to your target over a sustained period for it to be effective. I think their research also corroborates that. They've come up with the tool, the Creative Ladder. I love tools and I love processes because it helps you fast track your work to make you more effective. With this ladder, as a marketer, you're able to decide where you want to play and what kind of creative commitment you need to be able to apply to your work in order to be able to achieve it. Goes from a ladder, influential idea, behavioral breakthrough, from going for a sales spike, right through to an enduring icon. Enduring icon is the sustained effort in building the brand over a number of years to make sure that it is at the forefront of your customers' minds. It goes through some of those things that that are necessary for building creative commitment. Budget, finding creative, investing in creative, like ordinary work and creative work. They have shown. I love the fact that I can go to my client and say that, clients, here's a methodology. Here is some statistics and some analysis that proves the fact that sustained investment in the most creative work is going to pay off for you in the long run. You don't just need to go for your short-term gains with your sales and promotions, etc. You need to be able to invest in the long term to build the brand. Just detail some of the things that they need to do in order to be able to build that. But of course, even in their study, the creative is critical, right? Even more so in this period, as we're coming out of the period we're coming into, where we're in recession, and we're looking for ways to continue to invest and to grow brands. Creativity becomes even more important. I've got another tool, which I think you're gonna love. You can thank me later. We work with the Heineken Group, and it's great. I mean, it's one of the brands or the group of brands that challenges you to be more creative, and they've come up with a creative ladder which they use to assess the creativity of your work, and they're constantly, you know, pushing you to up your game, to up your level. You know, you're creative, they'll judge it from destructive, as in it is so bad, it, you know, it takes away from the equity of the brand. Hijacked, when, you know, it's nondescript, you know, can be from any brand, whether it's confusing, cliched, ownable, you know, understand that only this brand could do this piece of work. And as you go up the ladder, you know, your work is deemed to be more creative, right? Good tool, you know, when I'm judging. It's also very important to understand that, like, the work for me is about, does it stop me? Does it arrest me? I think, does it keep me engaged? Does it keep me entertained? You know, and do you remember it, which is very important. Saliency and memorability is very important for brand to be effective. But I've also got this tool which I just recently stumbled upon. I have a training program which I call the 7 ideas, which I think I've actually shared it on Kreativeklub a couple of years back. But I've come across this tool. It's an online tool which I think is fantastic, called the Deck of Brilliance. The idea is, it's a tool to help you generate ideas quickly. It has 52 tools, which, let me just take you through there let's play this. There you go, it's a website, deckofbrilliance.com. The idea is that every creative, it's mapped out 52 tools, 52 categories for creative. So I have a tight deadline. I need to come up with some stories very quickly, right? I can go to this website and look at the different categories. I can select and shortlist some of them which I feel will work for my particular challenge. Excuse me. Within the site, so whether it's like, you know, compare and contrast, challenge, excuse me, dramatizing the benefits, dramatizing the solution, sorry, telling a story, you know, using testimonials, swapping roles, challenging the consumer, humanizing the product or brand, applying social pressure, various different routes that one can use to jump in to creating very quickly. Right, shuffle them. The idea is like, you know, you shortlist, take 1 or 2 of the different routes and try to generate as many different stories within that route as possible, as quickly as possible before you start judging. So this is one, dramatizing the problem, gives you a little description of what that problem is. But what's even more fantastic, it's categorized series of videos that play within that story route. Yeah. So the idea is, it's just a way of jump starting your creative, which I think is fantastic. What I'm gonna do is, you know, it's deckofbrilliance.com. The 2 tools, I'll make them available through Nnamdi and Chini, because I think that they are very, 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 they're some good tools that, I say, we're going to help you jumpstart to be more effective, quicker, and to offer more value to your clients. Okay, that's it. So, fantastic. It's a trying time for everybody. We have looked at, so I'm just gonna stop sharing my screen. All right, super. I don't know if you can see me or just the screen. Yeah, so it's a...
Yes, we can see you.
Okay, fantastic. So it's
fantastic presentation.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, you were going to say something before I came in.
Yeah, no, that's cool. I think it's the period. It's an interesting period for everybody. Everybody's going through this at the same time. I think it's quite interesting how, it's a lot longer than anybody had anticipated at the start. But I think it's probably going to be around for quite a bit longer. So everybody is settling down into the new normal, however you choose to term it. We've seen creative, and in my view, it is not the most creative work that we have been able to do. I've been trying to find some work from Nigeria, and obviously typically a lot of the work is American, the biggest producer of advertising, British, and bits from Europe, around the world. Very little from that I was able to find from Nigeria that's worth sharing. But I think it's it was what was needed at the time. This whole thing about coming together, showing some heart. There was the same, the classical music, showing the user-generated content of people at home, etc. You notice there is the same, very similar creative, very similar stories for a lot of the brands. I think we're coming out of that. We're coming into a period where people are looking for entertainment. People are looking for amusement. A lot of the great work, things like the Cadbury Gorilla. Cadbury Gorilla came out of a period, 2008 global recession, right? So a similar thing, I believe, always happens when people come out of recession. They want something which is more, this lighter, more entertaining, more funnier, more something that just and that's, we're going to be seeing a lot of that going forward. And again, it's like I think technology is one of the key things that we have to embrace in order to be able to offer and deliver value to our clients. But the two tools, right? The Creative Effectiveness Ladder, I think is fantastic. I think it's one of the key challenges that we'll be bringing into our process. I'm starting to send it through to marketing directors that we work with, that we're prospecting, just to help them to understand that there's a better route to be more effective, to be able to show with figures that good creative, great creative with sustained investment delivers results. And the second one, that's a deck of brilliance. I could say, I do training on how to jumpstart creative, but that is a fantastic one that I found. It's online, it's free, just a way of jumping in there and being able to generate ideas very quickly will help. So that's me.
So much. Yeah, let's open the microphone in case anybody wants to ask a question or contribute something. So if you do want to ask a question or if you want to make a comment, just indicate and we'll open the microphone for you.
Excellent. Okay, no questions. That's fine. I wanted to Obviously, it's a challenging times. Everybody's keeping safe. You know, focusing on. I think it's a great thing to be able to take this period to build skill in a different area. I myself have, you know, tried to up my skills. I now develop websites. I now, you know, do a lot of video editing myself to be able to you know, generate and make videos quicker. Doing a lot of reading, but it's a fun, you know, I say it's a time to spend time with family. I've been a lot more productive, get a lot more done. So we're not, excuse me, doing a lot of traveling. You know, so we have more time on our hands, or perceive more time. Actually seem to be a lot busier these days. But you do have the opportunity to spend more time with family than you would have done. So great, I'm gonna jump off and allow the next speaker to take you through his presentation. But thank you very much for the opportunity to share, and we look forward to catching up very soon.